Hello everyone, and welcome back to part 19 of our Great Ace Attorney playthrough. We are now up to Ace Attorney Adventures, and we're playing our very first case. This is the second half, and surprisingly enough, we're not playing as Ryosuke anymore, we're playing as Sasato. Oh god. My lovely girl. I'm so proud of her. But yeah, we're starting things off with a not fun beach case. God save us all. I have faith in Sasato. I think she'll do fine. But yeah, let's get back to the not fun beach episode. Adventure of the Blossoming Attorney. Yes, let's keep going. I'm so sorry, Sasato. I should have told you about the toxin. Yeah, you really should have. Ray? You have a strong sense of responsibility, I know. That is why you decided to shoulder the burden alone. Is that really the responsible thing to do, though? No, that's not it at all! Okay. I was just... I was scared of my failure coming to light, that's all. So I hoped to retrieve the substance from the Englishwoman before anyone found out. Ah, classic. Just sweep it under the rug, and maybe it'll disappear, right? Ah, girl. Before the trial started, do you remember what you said, Sasato? That you had no doubt in your mind about my innocence. That you'd stand by me to the last. I remember. And yet, I didn't deserve your trust in me. I hid important details from you, Sasato. I completely betrayed your faith in me. Oh god. Again, I feel like every single time I have to say this, like, I really feel like they should let you talk with your client. Like, just for one Ace Attorney game. I'd like to have a proper, like, attorney-client discussion beforehand. Before being thrown into the case. I feel like it would save a lot of time, you know? Hit me, Sasato! I deserve it! No, in fact, throw me to the floor! Thanks for the offer, I think I'll pass. No, that's too good for me as well! Drag me through the city streets! Alright, Hector, calm down. I'm no better, you know? Oh? Even though, in my heart, I knew you'd pulled the knife blade from Miss Brett's back, there was just a brief moment when, in my mind, I doubted you. Sasato! I'm sorry. After I stood here and promised you that I'd stand by you and always be on your side, I betrayed your faith in me, too. And as such, I failed you as a lawyer. Oh, no. I think the situation has taught both of you a valuable lesson. Placing your unbridled faith in another is no easy task. Yes, Father. The fact has certainly struck home. Which is why I can see more clearly now. So, Ray. Yes? Can you find it in your heart to forgive me? Okay, this is cute. Oh, Sasato. You know, you'll always be a gallant, dashing lawyer in my eyes now. Ray. Oh. This is adorable. I was so scared, you know, when it happened. I didn't know what was going on. The Englishwoman was sitting at the back of the hut, listening to what I was saying. I know it was you who stole the poison! Well now, whatever do you mean? And then a moment later, she suddenly got to her feet. And before collapsing on the floor in front of me, with a knife in her back. It all happened right before my eyes. And you were the only people in the hut at the time. That's right. Just Miss Britt and myself, and there was no one else. So I just don't understand how she could possibly have been stabbed like that. A great mystery indeed. I still can't believe it happened. That's why I just couldn't bring myself to speak up. It'll be alright. However it happened, or whatever really went on the sea that day, I promise you, I'm going to prove everything you said you saw. I'm going to prove everything you said you saw is true. Spoken like a true Mikotoba. Now, I think we should discuss what's coming up in the trial, don't you? We don't have much time. We must make sure we have our facts in order. Yes! I expect the poison is going to come under close scrutiny in the upcoming proceedings. The police should hopefully have identified it on the blade by now. The trouble is, it's a completely new laboratory synthesized blend of alkaloids. The police won't have any way of testing for it. Oh, I see. But the university will, right? Yes. Without this, you have it on your persons? Is this just casually? Okay. Yes. Without this chemical reagent, it's impossible to detect the toxin. Chemical reagent? I sent a colleague of mine off with them earlier to deliver it to police headquarters. I think perhaps you should have some as well, though, just in case. Oh, we can have science experiments in court. I think that'll be fun. What's the matter, Susato? You're suddenly very quiet. Oh, well, you know, I was just wondering why the fuck you have this on you right now. Oh no, my bad. It's this newspaper article. Exclusive. Deadly poison stolen from UA Medical Research Laboratory. I'm wondering how the information got out, given that it was a government secret. It was all the Englishwoman's doing. What? It was when the professor and Soseki-san were being interviewed at the laboratory. That so-called English lady swarmed in, and without any compunction, said to Professor Mikotoba, "Oh, Professor, surely your guest would love to hear about your work on the substance there." It put me in a very awkward position, to be frank. But Soseki-san's curiosity had been big, so I had little choice but give him a cursory introduction. So then, Soseki-san knew about the poison? Yes, and it's highly likely that the reporter who's writing up the story about us would have caught a glimpse of the toxin too. RM! This Meni Memo-san. I'm gonna struggle with that name so much. What's his first name? Oh, he's not even in the court record yet. Okay. I'll just keep struggling then. Meni Memo. By the way, did that reporter join you at all when you went to the beach? Oh! No, I don't remember the reporter being there. Indeed, he shouldn't have been. I very much doubt anyone would have wanted him there. Oh? A known criminal has been given permission by the authorities to bathe in the seaside. Soseki-san pointed out that inviting a reporter might be problematic, so the man was sent back to his office. I think he must have snuck through. Yet, obviously, he didn't go back. He secretly followed the party to the beach and took this very candid photograph. And then, presumably, he posted it anonymously to the police. Ah.
Yes, that must be what happened. That's all! We've just heard that the new witness is now ready to testify. The trial is about to resume. Please proceed to the courtroom at once. It's time to steal ourselves once again, then. Defense attorney, Ryotaro Naruhodo.
Ryotaro. That's me! Yes! Let's go! Ray has put her faith in me now and told me everything. So I can't let her down. I have to prove that what she's telling the court is true. I have to prove what really happened that day. You can do it. I believe in you. Okay.
I hereby call this court to order as we reconvene to continue the trial of Rei Membami. Prosecutor Aochi, have you summoned the new witness?
Before I address that question, Your Excellency, I have some very important news to share.
Ugh, no doubt horrible news.
Oh?
What news? And why does he look so happy about it?
Well, during the recess, with the collaboration of Professor Mikotoba's laboratory at Yume University, the police re-examined the knife that was used to end Miss Giselle Brett's life.
Excellent. Admire rapid handling of the matter.
Ugh, is he gonna be like, there's nothing found on the blade, and we're gonna have to do it ourselves now that we have the reagent? Oh, we can check out the reagent. What's there to see? The label appears to be written in a foreign language that I don't know.
It's German, so your knowledge of English is going to be of little help here, I'm afraid.
Couldn't you just have written medicine on it in Japanese? Then we'd all be able to read it.
German is international language of medicine, my dear. But yes, I can certainly see the merit in labeling the bottle in Japanese.
You know, especially since we're, in Japan. I think it might be good.
Though I'm not sure medicine would have been entirely appropriate.
Okay, nothing to see here.
Oh, too kind, Your Excellency, too kind. I was merely carrying out your instructions, of course.
I had the reagent delivered to the police headquarters by rickshaw, so it'd be there in good time.
But judging by the man's swagger, I feel we might need to brace ourselves for the inevitable.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Wrong person.
But judging by the man's swagger, I feel we might need to brace ourselves for the inevitable.
And, Counsel, what were the results? Negative.
This dagger, which was so cruelly used, and the life of the victim, has no trace of poison anywhere along its blade.
Fucking knew it. Gonna have to do it ourselves. Gonna fucking DIY everything here.
What? Are you sure about that? I would stake the reputation of the police on it.
Well, get ready to throw that reputation away then, bitch.
Armed with the reagent, the test is extremely simple.
Dropping by just for a moment, just to see Ryotaro. Hope you enjoyed the new case and all the recurring characters. Hi, Pokey Dumplings! Good to see you. Yes, Ryotaro is my new sweetheart. I love how Susato is doing so well, and I'm loving the fact that we're getting to see all these old characters. And I'm loving the fact that, what's her name, is dead. Yeah, everyone's seeing the new faces, familiar faces, in this, new case is fantastic, honestly. Even though it's, oh god, the way that some of them are acting, like Sosaki-san, is giving me, heart palpitations. Oh god. Oh, Sosaki-san, what happened to you? It's been 6 months and he's grown a new personality somehow.
Armed with the reagent, the test is extremely simple. You couldn't have made a mistake.
Corruption? meta weapon has been entered into the court record.
In short, the accused's feeble excuse earlier.
Wait, can we quickly do the test now? What is this? This is like a tonto? Oh, okay.
Ah, yes. This must be the victim's blood.
Oh dear, blood is never a pretty sight, is it? I'm having to fight the urge to run it under a hot tap and get it clean. Susato, stop! You need to stop destroying evidence! Like, I understand you like things nice and clean, but please!
You've always been fastidious about cleanliness, haven't you?
I think this is something else, Father.
Oh god.
Okay, oh, so we can't do the test here.
Has been utterly destroyed.
Ugh. It's not good for us.
Now, the prosecution is ready to call a new witness.
Ah, the newspaper reporter managed to capture the photograph at the crucial moment. Good. Very well then, officer! Bring in the witness!
No trace of poison on the knife? But if that's really the case, then how could the toxin have entered the victim's body?
Witness, please state your name and occupation for the court.
Oh, he looks cute. Writing. Wait. Writing many
Writing many memos? Writing many memos? Oh my fucking god. Okay. Alright, got me there, Ace Attorney. You got me there. Writing many memo of Shoyu News. Writing many memos. Because this is a fucking reporter.
I'm what people like to call a journo. What's a journo, Father? Do you know?
It's simply a contraction of journalist.
I'm where the news breaks, putting pen to paper to catch those scoops to their imprint the next morning. Eh?
Oh my god.
They don't call me the hero of the Herald for nothing. The nice guy of news.
Oh my god.
Many memo. What? Oh, so it was you who took this photograph, was it? Well, what do we have here? I'm sorry?
Oh, brace yourselves, people! Many memos senses a scoop in the offing.
Sir, can I help you?
Oh my god.
He's not a journalist as much as he's like a tabloid fucking writer, paper writer. Oh my god. Female students up to foul play, defended by curiously handsome young lawyer in Supreme Court. I love it. I love how Susato is canonly a super handsome boy. A dashing young lad. The readers will lap this up. We'll set it above the fold at the 72 point in 5-leg format for the warning edition.
Right then, let's start with your name.
It's Ryutaro Naruhodo. Next, what made you want to become a lawyer? I wanted to reform our country's legal system, I suppose.
Ryutaro has suddenly become very ambitious, I see.
No, Susato has good goals. We'll let her keep those goals. I just borrowed Kazuma-sama's dream for a while. By the way, my name is Taketsuchi Aochi. That's Taketsuchi Aochi. The so-called dark horse of the Supreme Court. My objections strike fear into every defense lawyer's heart.
No, the readers won't buy that.
What?
Witness! Let's conduct interviews in our own time. Yeah. What this court demands to know is whether or not you were responsible for the taking of this picture. It was delivered anonymously to the Imperial Police Bureau only yesterday.
Yeah, I wouldn't be a journo if I did a quick click when presented with a scoop like that now, would I? But then why was it anonymous? Why the fuck did you make it seem like she was stabbing someone, huh? For the quick scoop, huh? Asshole. Sometimes stories call out to me. Sometimes I gotta have to chase him down. But either way, you gotta be fast. Fast legs to run with, and fast hand to write with. It's no good if you don't note it down, I always say. That's what I call my many momisms. Many memo-isms?
Ah, yes, I remember your face. I met that day when you were interviewing myself and Sosaki-san.
Ah, yes, right. That was me. Many memo again.
But you were supposed to be going back to the Shoyu News office after our meeting.
But the scoop is, I didn't.
Because the Englishwoman's words had piqued my journalistic interest.
Miss Brett's words?
It's a tongue twister for sure. Many memomism.
So many M's in this case. RM. Is he in the court record now? Oh, he is. Writer many memo. Oh my god, he also looks very, very young. I thought he was like a fucking teenager. For some reason, I always think everyone's a teenager. RM. RM. Misread's words. A criminal left to do what she pleases just because she happens to be a British citizen? Oh shit. It's horse dung! The country's judiciary is rotten to the core. Okay, you know what? I'll give him that. He's right. The Supreme Court's rulings aren't worth the paper they're written on. The police are just imperial pawns.
Stay your tongue, young man. There is
Complex political issues at play? No, he's right. Well, anyway, I quickly jotted down those words she said in my many memo pad.
Because you're writing many memos, I get it now. Okay.
Are you ready? I'll read it out. It's all here. Right.
Here goes.
I should like to go with everyone to see your country's coast. Serious criminal going on some kind of junket? The people need to know about this.
I love how he just throws down the pens and just grabs another one. It's gonna be like a pile of pens at the stand at the end, I swear.
That's why I decided to sneak after them. To get the woman's story, so I can hammer her in the press.
Do you mean to say you did indeed witness it firsthand? The grim scene portrayed in this photograph?
Snap. Oh yes, I saw it with my very own journo eyes. Start to finish, through the viewfinder of my trusty camera.
Thank you, Many Member-san. You now give a formal testimony before the court.
I have a sinking feeling that his testimony won't venerate my client as much as incriminate her more. Because otherwise it would be too easy, right?
You will state exactly what it was that you witnessed of the events surrounding Miss Britt's death.
I can't decide. Is this guy, like, friend or foe? The camera never lies. The beach hut was made of shoddy old reed screens, so there are plenty of gaps I could see inside through. The Englishwoman was sitting on a stool, and the student girl came in and started arguing with her. Oh,
There's another one. Seconds later. Bitch! Foe, okay. Fucking foe, I guess. I have this sinking feeling he's lying so he gets a scoop. Yeah, I guess. This guy disappointed me. I thought he was gonna be like a good guy because he has fun animations. I feel like I'm very easily tricked by like someone with fun animations. If they have fun animations, I'm like, friend. But this bitch instantly betrayed my trust. Seconds later, the girl pulled out a knife, throwing the Englishwoman to the floor as she stabbed her in the back. My smoldering journal spirit burst into flames. Quick as a flash, I whipped out my camera, ready to click. I pulled apart the rough weave of one of the screens and poked the lens through for the perfect shot. You just ripped open the HUD? Everyone has fun animations, including Egbert. I think that's why for the longest time I'm like, yeah, nah, he's fine. Don't worry about him. Because he had the dance, you know? Yeah, I hope he's doing okay, you know, in jail. Hope he's fine. Read screens, you say? Right! You can see them clearly through that great shot I snapped. The hot walls were just screens made of coarsely woven reeds. Yes, it allows the breeze to pass through and bring some relief from the summer heat. But if you say you ripped a hole, why is there a picture of a hole in this picture? Did you like patch it up? Like, I'm pretty sure with this kind of weave, if you rip it apart, it won't like heal itself, will it? I don't know. Also, now I'm thinking that you're the one who stabbed her. You know? You were already behind the hut, so you were in perfect stabbing position. Blech. And it was a breeze for me to put my camera through and see the whole thing hotting up. Ignoring for the time being, the appalling invasion of privacy involved, did you witness everything that happened from the moment the defendant entered the hut? Oh, yes, I saw it. I saw the whole thing from start to finish. And you say that you took the photograph through a gap in one of the screens. Luckily for me, they were pretty shortly woven. I pulled the reeds apart and thrust the lens of my camera through the gap. Would I get away with it? Or would I be seen? It was a gamble of a lifetime.
A tenacity of purpose that's considered admirable in a journalist, I suppose. Ah, yes. Let me just commit fucking a felony in fucking privacy. Actually, this is the late 19th century, early 20th century.
Do they even have privacy laws? Maybe it's legal for now. Oh god.
Run a risk one day, run a scoop the next. That's many memoism in a nutshell. You gotta risk it for the biscuit.
At last. It appears we have a genuine witness.
Genuine.
Witness to this wicked crime. The evidence and the testimony are extremely compelling. I believe we may be close to a verdict.
No!
Wonderful news, Your Excellency. Wonderful.
Bitch. Nonetheless, it cannot be denied that this testimony begs one very large question.
Let's question.
Where's the fucking hole?
Well, that's me. Exclusive news. A startling photograph. All the markings of an exceptional story for the reporter.
Are you making it up for the scoop?
Why then was the story never published?
Oh, that's right. Snap.
It seems clear to me that there are circumstances at play here that are yet to be understood.
Ha! More pathetic excuses.
Very well then, counsel. Proceed with your cross-examination. Motive!
Yeah, right? I too think Like, it's obvious that something isn't right here. But I honestly have no idea. Like, is he an undercover? Like, is this like some greater conspiracy again? With this bitch? Cause she murdered Wilson, Dr. Wilson. Which I'm absolutely certain is connected somehow to the greater conspiracy. But like, was she just like a bypasser thing as well? Or was she like in on it? Was she paid for it? Like, what's happening there? We never find out. Is he here to like tie up loose ends? Like, bruh. Alright. Yes, Your Excellency. There's more to this reporter than meets the eye. That's what I thought. He's keeping something about this case very close to his chest.
His chest that keeps them snapping.
Okay. I think maybe we'll start by just pressing everything, hoping we can get some new information. What made you want to see what was happening inside the beach hut in the first place? Private?
Call it journo instinct. Can you think of a better reason?
Oh, I don't know. Perhaps because, as well as being a proven criminal, the person inside was a young woman?
Ah, I see where you're going with this. Brace yourselves, people. He's paying the journal as a voyeur.
It's hardly slander. You had a camera and you were taking pictures without the woman's knowledge.
I love that snap. Nope! Got it all wrong, little student boy.
Sorry?
To my mind, all that was inside the hut was a scoop. Nothing more, nothing less. The only hard-on I have is for the news. Scoops, no gender, man or woman, it's all news. That's not even a many-nemoism, it's basic journalism.
If only the courtroom was this indiscriminate.
Right, so, if that's all buttoned up, can we move on? Tell the court then, witness. What sight before your eyes when you looked inside the hut?
Sight that vindicated my journal instinct, that's what.
When I pull back the reeds, I can see it all as clear as day.
Englishwoman was sitting on the stool.
Hold it!
So her back would have been to you. Perfect for stabbing, So you actually saw Minnie Mobi-san entering the hut?
Yep. And she was raging too. Raging. Like my journal spirit.
And the argument you mentioned, what was that about exactly? Yeah, I'm curious about that too.
You stole it! I didn't steal it. That kind of thing.
Oh, so it was just about confrontation, okay. Talking about the poison, I suppose. Nothing else?
The student girl walked right up to the Englishwoman and really started laying into her. I mean, if she'd laid into her anymore, there would have been eggs! What the fuck? The man should have been an author. His descriptive talents are wasted in journalism. But the student's rantings fell on deaf ears, like a Japanese person listening to English for the first time. He really ought to work on his similes first, though, to be honest. Anyway, point is, the woman in the dock was mightily angry.
And her temper finally got the better of her, it seems. Dear me.
Which was the climactic moment that I caught on film. Bitch. Snapping is so cool though.
I like how he snaps things. Snaps his pen, snaps his... Oh shit, what are they called again? Suspenders! Okay.
Hold it!
Well, we know for a fact that this isn't true. But I don't think we have any evidence against him just yet. So you swear before this court that you actually saw the precise moment when the stabbing took place?
Ha! The precise moment? I didn't see just that. I saw the whole hell scene play out from start to finish.
Oh, here we go.
I have here a simple plan of this bleach hut.
It was square. I mean, what could possibly be inside, right?
Perhaps you could use it to explain to the court clearly what you witnessed. Or exactly what you witnessed.
Right you are! It's all here in my mini memo pad. When I first peered into the hut, I'm sure that the Englishwoman was on the stool at the back of the hut here.
Yes, the accused's own testimony confirmed that.
She just sat at the back of the hut, smiling sweetly, is what I have noted down.
It's my turn to testify now! Try not to interrupt.
Oh.
Then, the next moment, as I was watching, the evil student girl entered the hut. After a while, the pair of them ended up in the middle of the hut, arguing furiously. The Englishwoman went for the student, but the girl dodged out of the way. And in a flash, plunged a knife into her adversary's back as the two passed each other. What you describe is a grim crime indeed. Never sugarcoat the truth, is what many memoism says.
Bleach hut plan has been entered into the court record. But where were you? By the way, Many Memo-san, whilst you were watching that terrible scene unfold before your eyes with a gap in the screen, did it not occur to you to try to prevent that tragedy rather than capture it on film?
Journos have to be observers. We can't get involved. That's our raison d'etre. French? I don't know what that means.
So you didn't converse with Miss Brett at all?
Obviously not. An observer always remains on the outside, looking in.
And that's something to be proud of, is it?
Your Excellency, if I may. Yes, Professor. I think the witness's last expertly phrased statement should perhaps be added to his formal testimony.
Father, what are you...
I will grant the defense request. Many Memo-san, you will supplement your formal testimony with the aforementioned statement. Well, nihilism is the foundation of many memoism, but I will gladly prove that my words aren't meaningless. Wait, so is many memoism now no longer just your journalistic philosophy, but an actual philosophy that you live by? Alright. I never once set foot in the hut, nor spoke with the Englishwoman. I was there only as an observer.
Okay, so that was the last one that was empty. That was... Actually, let's just immediately press this one.
Hold it!
Really? You didn't set foot inside the hut at all? Are you quite sure about that?
You think you have a wrong impression of me? We're talking about a murder scene here! My nerves are stretched to breaking point already.
Oh, I see. You were scared?
Maybe I did have the wrong impression of you. Yes. That's all I could do to stifle a scream and hold my hand steady enough to snap the shot. You really should have summoned help before thinking of your camera.
Yeah, I know, right?
Many memoism and humanism don't always agree. And most of the time, in those instances, many memoism comes out on top. As a sculptor of stories, sometimes I have to be cruel for my art. Yes, that's spot on!
Surely he's making all this up.
You just spy the whole affair from start to finish. True, his testimony is devastating.
But it does seem as though he's holding something back, doesn't it?
That's how you feel? It's just you trust your instincts and press him on everything he's said. Then Note down scene many, as you've no doubt seen done many times before in your role as judicial assistant.
Yes, I have. I've seen witnesses like this pressed often. I know exactly what to do. Okay. I guess we'll go back and keep pressing. Let me quickly check to see if we... Because we did get new evidence. But I can't imagine this is particularly helpful right now, especially since it collaborates with everything else we've seen. Yeah, it seems to match everything else. Unless we can get him to say that, like, he wasn't, like, peeking in from here, and he was, like, peeking in from here, which obviously would be a lie. Like, it all lines up for now.
Okay. Press that already, press that already, press that already.
Hold it!
Hold it.
The court is fully aware of your desire to capture the incident on film, I'm sure. But why then did you choose to post the photograph anonymously to the police? I'm afraid
I don't understand a word that's coming out of your mouth.
I'm asking why, as a journalist, you decided not to make a story out of the incident. Is it because you knew you were committing some invasion, like privacy invasion thing? Think of me as a sculptor who makes art out of the sordid private details of other people's lives. But I never discuss my own personal life in principle. I mean, that's basic many-memoism. It's not something to boast about.
No doubt your burning desire to see the truth exposed and justice done is what motivated you.
That's it. That's brilliant. My burning desire to see something or other exposed. There has to be a good reason for why he didn't think to write an article about what he saw, though. Perhaps because he committed the crime?
Are you on a mission then? You were outside the hut?
Oh, here we go.
How then did you manage to take the photograph?
Oh wait, no, we already got this. Glad you asked. Okay. Hopefully if we press this one, we can get where he tore through the screen. Oops.
Hold it!
But then the two women inside didn't notice?
Ha! Obviously not. If they had, where would I be right now? In jail, that's where.
Which you'd think would make you reflect on what you were doing. No, a journalist's job is to collect little snippets of life unobtrusively as possible. Leave nothing but footprints. Take nothing but photos.
Yes, that's spot on.
Did he just make that up?
The point is, the witness risked a life and limb to obtain this photograph. But this photograph reveals the whole truth. There's nothing more to be said.
There's much more to be said. Never once set foot. Can we present this and be like, where is the tear? Or something? 'Cause I can't think of anything else. Okay, well, we'll try it.
Objection!
No! Immediately wrong. I can see that blinking thing. Nani kore? I was so sure as well. I was so sure there was something wrong with that. Because I'm like, he tore open a hole. We can blatantly see it in the second photograph. But, like, in the original crime scene photograph, you don't see it at all. I was only there as an observer. Can we give him this? RM? Because... Wait a second. Wait, turn your fucking arm around again. Oh, it's his! It was his! RM!
Objection!
Minimemo-san, until now, I've had a firm belief that newspapers are in the business of uncovering and publishing the truth.
You're spot on there. The press doesn't lie, which is why I'm proud to wear the emblem of Shoyu News on my arm.
Ah, it's the emblem of Shoyu News.
Soy sauce news. In the way, that's more minimalism.
Sadly, though, it seems the journalists who write for those papers don't always share the same passion for the truth.
What are you suggesting with those recriminatory words, counsel?
Many Memo-san, do you recognize this fountain pen? This pen was found on the scene of Miss Brett's death. In fact, the murdered victim was gripping it in her hand as she died.
What are you?
If you look at the barrel of the pen, you'll notice that its owner's initials are engraved here. R.M.
Yes, thank you for bringing that up, counsel. The initials of the accused, Ray Mimbami.
It is a coincidence, Is it a coincidence, I wonder? That your initials are also R.M.
No!
Written many memo. R.M.
That's horse dung! Can't you see? One of the central tenets of many memoism is being a pencil user.
Eh? You're a pencil user?
No, you're not.
For one, you're licking your pen. Oh, I guess it does look like a pencil. But you have an ink smudge on your hand.
You have an ink smudge on your fucking hand, dude.
And yet, as the court will clearly be able to see, in your right hand, there's a very obvious blue ink stain.
It would appear you must have rather carelessly left it somewhere recently. Your favorite fountain pen, that is.
Horsey, horse dung! Many Memo-san, is it not the case that before she died, you met with Jezebel Brett in the beach hut?
Objection! Why should we listen to this absurd nonsense? It's nothing but another excuse.
Exactly! Shoyu News, stand behind me all the way. I deny everything. There must be as many people, the initials RM, as there are stars in the night sky.
The defense has neither time nor inclination to count every star in the sky.
Huh?
And there's no need anyway, because this pen has more to tell.
Yes,
there's another clue. A clue that undeniably proves who its owner really is. The insignia in the back.
Case counsel, defense will now show the court where this alleged clue lies.
Of course, Your Excellency. It is right over. The clue on this fountain pen clearly reveals its owner's identity. Is. Got it! As well as initials, there's also an emblem on this fountain pen. An emblem that you will of course recognize, Many Memo-san.
Goodness me! It's the emblem of the Shoyu News!
In other words, the owner of this pen is an employee of the Shoyu News, whose initials are RM. Suddenly, the stars in the night sky don't seem so numerous, do they? Well, Mini Mimo-san, how do you respond?
No!
Got him.
Susan makes such a great lawyer. I'm so proud of her. Order! Explain yourself, witness! So, this is how the mighty Supreme Court works, is it? Using coercive tactics to have well-meaning citizens reveal harmless secrets.
I've used nothing but honest tactics.
Alright then, fine. I won't try to hide it anymore. Yes, not long before that grim tragedy unfolded. I, a Shoyu news reporter, on behalf of the public, conducted an interview with the Englishwoman.
An interview? The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles 3. Overturning the shitty system that prevents women from being lawyers. Yeah, I'm so sad that this is a duology and not a trilogy like it usually is. Because like, imagine a theoretical third game where you just play as Susato. Actually, do you play Susato for the rest of this game? No, because I like Runosuke. I want him back too. Can we? You know how in the newer trilogy of the Ace Attorney series, you get to like tag team with like between Phoenix Wright and Athena and Apollo? Like, I want that. I want that, but with Susato and Runosuke. I think that'll be fun. Oh, and Kazuma too. Imagine how good that would have been. Ah! I have no clue actually. I'm sure he comes back though. Yeah. I mean, come on, we can't just leave Runosuke in England, can we? Poor guy.
You never mentioned this before.
What exactly is this? As I said, it was before that evil little student showed her face in the hut. It couldn't have lasted more than 2 or 3 minutes, that's all. It was just a brief exchange. But it came down to nothing. As we many memoists say, the people don't pay their dues for unworthy news. However insignificant you deem it to be, this court cannot overlook the meeting between yourself and the victim. You will testify now, under oath, the precise nature of this meeting, what transpired. Got it. Yes, alright, but on one condition.
Condition?
In all good conscience, I can't speak out alone about this. You need to call back the earlier witness, Soseki Natsume-san. Soseki-san? What did he do? Soseki-san? Yes, according to my notes here, that man has a secret of his own. Embrace yourself. Because it's not a harmless one. It's big. Soseki-san? Are you trying to throw him under the bus as well? Because if you are, even your suspenders won't save you. Many memoism states that one man's secret is every other man's front page story. Ergo, I should grant this witness's request in this instance. Officer, summon the earlier witness back to the stand. Soseki-san, hiding something? Dude, the man is so nervous. I doubt he can hide anything. The witness's secrets. I asked the Englishwoman for an interview, but she declined, so I left the hut without making a fuss. That's it? For 2 and 3 minutes, you just did that? Then, watching secretly from outside, I saw the woman being stabbed and the other witnesses come running. The detective realized the victim still had a pulse, so he ran off to fetch help. That's when Spider-Man here asked the woman a very significant question. But he didn't say anything about that in his testimony, which is why many minimalism demands I reveal it now. You didn't even reveal it. What? Huh? You mean to say the victim?
The victim regained consciousness?
Wait, did she actually?
And when she did, you decided to ask a question?
It's, true, yes. It's true? Wait, shit, what? Soseki-san! He did! That's not all. The woman gave him a very definite answer. What the fuck? What's happening? An answer that incriminates the accused. Eh? Nani kore? Soseki-san? It's preposterous! Why am I only hearing about this now? Why didn't you mention this before, you yokel hack? Oh, yokel hack. It wasn't even a conversation! Yes, I did pose the withering English rose a question. I don't deny it. But she could no longer speak. She was barely conscious, even. What the fuck?
Counsel for the defense, I expect a thorough cross-examination to be conducted here. What the hell is going on? The court must and will know the truth.
Boy, me too. Absolutely, Your Excellency. The reporter is claiming that Miss Britt implicated Ray somehow? What on earth could have happened in that hut? What on earth did Soseki-san ask her? Does he know about the Great Conspiracy? I thought he was just a guy. I thought the third case with the fourth case? The case with Soseki-san being implicated for murder. No, not murder, grievous assault of knifing a woman in the back. I thought that was just like a fun in-between case about Ryosuke learning to trust again. Are you telling me he might actually be attached to some greater conspiracy? What the hell? What's happening? What the hell's happening? Wait, what were the 4 names that were at the end of the last game? It was Kazuma, Wilson, Gregson, and like one more that I don't remember. Oh god. I should have written this down. Oh god. The witness's secrets. I asked the Englishwoman for an interview, but she declined, so I left the hut without making a fuss.
Hold it!
You asked her for an interview, you say? Well, of course I did. I wanted to ask her about the incident she was involved in at the end of last year. About the case in which Dr. John H. Wilson lost his life.
That's not the way I phrased it. Many memoism calls for straight talking.
Why did you murder Dr. Wilson?
Is how I put it to her.
Yes, it's sort of talking is as straight as a ruler. Ask every question as if you're asking for a menu in the restaurant. I say, it's the best way. Veteran at the paper taught me that. And how did Miss Brett answer? One simple phrase. Fuck off. Oh. Mystery is a woman's charm. That told me. So I waltzed right out of there. Really? Something about that doesn't seem to quite fit together. Leave every room as you waltzed in a dance hall. I say, it's the best way. A veteran at the paper taught me that. What the fuck is happening? You know, when I first got this print, I thought maybe the footsteps on the ground would mean something. But then I was like, ah, no, they don't really show like shoe prints. It's like I doubt like it means anything. But now I'm like, all these footprints. Where you waltzing, my dude? Oh, this one. R.I.P. What the hell is happening?
Hold it!
That was very persistent of you, considering that Miss Brett had just turned you away. Persistence wins the prize. Many memoirists will tell you that. Let them think you've left. Then when they lower their guard, that's when you swoop in for the scoop. Morally dubious?
And the fruits of your labor are too apparent in this telling photograph. Though I'm sure that the young Yoku students would rather have not been reminded of that damning evidence.
Actually, it's thanks to that photograph that we managed to identify this witness.
Now that you found me, I'll tell you whatever you want to know. I've got nothing to hide.
And yet you hid that fountain pen. I'm sure.
Please do go ahead, witness. The court is eager to hear what you have to say.
Try to stop me. There's a story to tell here, and I'm going to tell it. Detective realized that the victim still had a pulse, so he ran off to fetch help. Ah, Kasunaga-san. And Soseki-san remained behind in the hut.
That's right! Yep, our older friend here was a blabbering wreck, shaking all over, from his head to his toes, mustache twitching, eyes bulging. What do you expect? You don't know the terrifying troubles that have haunted me whilst travelling abroad. Back behind baleful bars! They'll be coming for me, surely! It's true. The last time he was in jail was because someone else was stabbed in the back. So, yeah. Probably has some trauma about that. That's all I could think. Thought as though, gasping for air, drowning in a sea of cold sweat.
Poor Soseki-san. His experiences in London have scarred him deeply.
As the world seemed to close in around me, I quietly recited a prayer to Ami Buddha. Eternal emptiness, empty eternity. The end is coming for me, surely. Only to a fool, my friend. No sutras are to be recited by courtroom, please. And now, we come to the crucial part. That's when it happened. Asked the woman a significant question.
Hold it!
What question? What exactly did he say?
Well, now, you shouldn't hear that from the horse. You should hear that from the horse's mouth, I think. Don't you, Mr. Writer-Man?
That's with it, you yokel hack! What did you say to her? What did you say to the dying Englishman?
Soseki-san.
Well, in truth, I've been catching crabs at the water's edge and building castles in the sand, you see.
Sounds lovely.
Well, the seaside is a place to be out leisure, I suppose. Even for a grown man.
No, he's having a good time. Leave him alone.
But then all of a sudden, from the little beach hut, a young girl's panic-stricken cries for help pierce the air.
Ray!
I ran to the beach to see what was happening, to find the defendant leaning over the collapsed victim. As soon as Inspector Hosonaga saw Miss Britta in the ground, he sprinted off to get help. But then, just a moment later, I heard a faint moan. A moan from the dead Englishwoman. I nearly jumped out of my skin!
But what did you ask her, Soseki-san?
I asked her, who did this to you? Don't protract this any longer! How did the woman respond? She didn't! She said nothing in response. But... I understand you will answer the questions asked of you unambiguously. Now, without evasion or reticence, I demand that you amend your testimony. I will!
Soseki-san. I asked her who did this to you,
But she never replied.
Hold it!
so you tried to find out who the culprit was.
He who asks the question is a fool for a minute, but he who does not remains a fool forever.
Wise words.
I've been labeled a criminal twice during my time in Great Britain. Twice? 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 Having been labeled a criminal twice? Was it twice? Weren't you only once? Eh?
Let me think. Yeah, no, you were accused of stabbing a woman, but it wasn't you. Twice? Am I missing something? Or am I just misremembering? Huh. Okay.
I've been labelled a criminal twice during my time in Great Britain. I was quick to make up my mind. It's better be fool for a minute than remain a fool in prison forever.
However, you indicated that the victim failed to respond, is that correct?
I know why. I know why the Englishwoman said nothing. She was ignoring me because of my stoop and mustache because I'm Japanese. Oh my gosh. Oh, Soseki-san. His time in England really has cut him deep.
Soseki-san, no, it's probably because she didn't know, right?
Not because of the way you look. I'm almost 100% certain.
Oh dear, Soseki-san has really developed a dislike for the English, it seems.
Not completely unwarranted, but you know, does therapy exist yet? I think he needs some therapy. I read the report this time in Great Britain. Can't say I'm surprised at his xenophobia.
But the Englishwoman didn't ignore you at all.
Did she, Mr. Writer Man? Huh? Well, yes, alright. She did respond in a manner of speaking, I suppose.
Manner of speaking?
She just lifted a trembling finger.
Soseki-san!
You can't say that she didn't Oh no, this is devastating. Oh, Soseki-san! No! Oh god. She just lifted a trembling finger and pointed in the direction of the defendant. Maybe it was someone behind Ray.
I should have pressed that, but oh my god. Poor Soseki-san has been fidgeting constantly in the stand next to Many Memo-san.
Yes, a naughty child who's waiting for punishment from his parents. It rather reminds me of you when you were younger.
I was like that?
Never mind that now. Question is, how far can we trust this reporter's account of the events? Let's focus our energies on gathering information and establishing facts.
Yes, of course. Okay, let's finally press that last one.
Hold it!
So damning though. Miss Brett pointed a finger at the defendant?
Soseki-san, is that really true?
Soseki-san.
It's not easy to stand here and say this, but when we first entered the beach hut, the Englishwoman sprawled on the floor before us, where the student girl was standing to the far side of her. And when I asked, "Who did this to you?" the Englishwoman summoned her last ounce of strength and pointed a trembling finger at the back of the hut.
Oh, so it could actually have been something behind Ray.
Which was, it can't be denied, in the direction of the student girl who stands accused today.
But what if she was pointing at the slit? Behind the chair where she was sitting, because that's where Ray said she might have gotten stabbed, right? Ugh, God. But how do I prove that? No.
Soseki-san! Why on earth did you neglect to mention this in your original testimony? Fiddlesticks, I say!
What?
It's not a British court of law. You respond in Japanese. Oh no, he's gotten so frozen up that he's temporarily forgotten his native tongue. Just bilingual problems. Yes, of course, the Englishwoman did point her finger towards the back of the hut, but I was trembling and she was trembling and everything was a blur. And thinking about it, I feel as though perhaps she was pointing in a slightly different direction. Yes! Actually, no, not slightly. Yes, in a very different direction to where the student girl was standing. Somewhere at the back of the hut where nobody was standing at all.
You mean like a memory of events and the direction in which the victim was pointing are both unclear?
Yes, that's it, unclear. I'm very, very unclear.
Objection!
Shut up.
Your Excellency, surely this proves the matter beyond all reasonable doubt. Yes, the woman may barely have been conscious, and yes, perhaps her finger wavered slightly. But there can be no doubt that this was an attempt by the victim to confirm the identity of her assailant. Why? Because, as the court can see, there was no one other than the accused in the direction the victim was pointing. It is now abundantly clear that no one besides the accused could have possibly committed the crime.
RM. Right and Many Memo.
I am inclined to agree. In the absence of any credible arguments for the contrary, I believe we can now conclude this trial.
Wait, shit, no. No.
The headline's writing itself. Dashing lawyer's hopes dashed. 92 points across the whole page. We'll do an extra edition. This is a serious blow, Susato. Unless we're able to identify the true culprit, substantiate our claim with evidence, the judge will give his ruling, and the trial will be over.
But that's impossible, Father! We don't even know how the crime was committed yet!
Impossible, though the task may seem. We have no choice. We must think back over everything we've learned thus far. Somewhere in all those details, I'm confident we'll find the clue we need.
Can I just be like, this slit? Or like this hole? Difficulty. Ray gave us her account of how events unfolded in the defendant's antechamber before the trial resumed. She told us what happened at the precise moment Miss Brett was killed. The Englishwoman was sitting in the back of the hut, listening to what I was saying. And then a moment later, she suddenly got to her feet before collapsing on the floor in front of me with a knife in her back. How could Miss Brett have been stabbed in the back in a beach hut that was empty but for herself and Ray? Because the weaving of the reeds is very easy to pierce through? Somewhere amid all the information we've gathered so far, there must be an answer to that question. That hole that was ripped open by the guy. Okay, I think that's the way forward.
I take it then. The defense has nothing further to add. Oh, no. I still have things to add.
So the gallant yokel student's luck finally runs out. I can't say I'm surprised.
In that case, I'm ready to deliver my final verdict on this matter.
This is a crucial turning point now. I can't establish what... If I can't establish what really happened, it's over. Where was the real culprit hiding? And how did he or she stab the victim? I know how!
Objection!
Outside the hut. Your Excellency, I respectfully ask to postpone your adjudication for the time being.
Oh? To what end, counsel?
The defense would like to present the court with an alternative theory. The alternative theory that can explain who the victim was actually trying to implicate with a dying gesture.
Objection! An alternative theory? None exists. Objection!
There was someone else present at the scene who could have committed this crime.
What?
And the victim, Miss Brett, tried to reveal who it was to those around her at the time. But mustering all her remaining strength and pointing a trembling finger in the killer's direction.
This is fiction! Fantasy!
Very well. As you seem so sure of yourself, counsel, I am prepared to hear your alternative theory. I know, right? God. So, young Rutaro Naruhodo,
Yes, Your Excellency.
you will present your latest theory to the court by means of this plan.
Oh, okay. Where?
But in the moment the victim was stabbed, where exactly are you proposing the culprit was concealed?
Outside. Here. Right behind the seat. Take that. Yeah. Naruhodo-san would never give up, and I'm a Naruhodo now. An ordinary Naruhodo. The true culprit who fatally stabbed Miss Brett was concealed in this location here. Oh wait, shit, that sounds like I made a mistake.
Are you mad, counsel?
Oh fuck, did I fuck up?
You're suggesting the culprit was outside the hut!
What?
Ora! But this... You lawyer Naruhodo-san Esquire! That makes no sense at all! You've just pointed out the exact spot where I was hiding to get my scoop snap!
Oh? You admit you were there? I thought there would be more resistance. Okay.
But I didn't see any suspicious individuals loitering about. I can swear to that. Obviously, if the culprit had been outside the hut, there's no way he or she could have stabbed the victim who's inside the hut.
Actually, Prosecutor Algae, there is a way. Ah. And, in point of fact, the defense can provide evidence strongly suggesting that is precisely the way Miss Brett was killed.
You're bluffing.
You're bluffing. Defense's assertion is clearly too fantastical for the court to comprehend. You will need to give us more guidance, counsel. What piece of evidence corroborates your theory that the victim was stabbed from outside the hut?
I'll say probably this photograph here, right? I mean, there's a massive hole there.
Take that!
Ooh. Well, I've presented it now.
Is it the right one? But I haven't the first idea why I chose this piece of evidence. Ah, no, wrong one. Counsel, you're suggesting that this piece of evidence bears out your theory as to how the victim was stabbed?
Okay, guys, hear me out. Guys, before you penalize me. Oh god. It's something of a windfall, Your Excellency. The fuck?
The word you're looking for, counsel, is a downfall.
Hero was correct. The knife was thrust into Miss Brett's back from the outside the hut. There should be a visible trace somewhere. A trace? Yes! Is a gaping hole in this photo not enough of a trace? This is a big ass hole we put a camera through, you can put a knife through. Okay, is it this photo instead? With this gap?
I mean, that's a smaller gap. Ace Attorney says no. Okay, I'll try this photo next. Because if that's not it, then I'm really in trouble. Because I don't know. It's a visible trace. Here you go. God. This is the one thing I don't like about Ace Attorney games. Just let me explain, guys. Armed with that idea, I must look through the court record again. Okay, another try. Your Excellency, the defense would like to present a different piece of evidence. I'll try the other photo.
Go ahead.
Okay. Please.
Take that!
Oh, thank God. I'm... Okay. Yeah, fuck you guys.
The original photographic print of the evidence? Also of the crime scene?
Yes, it's clearly visible in this print. A trace of the fatal thrust that was delivered from outside the beach hut.
Objection! Do you take us for fools? There's no hint of any such thing.
I'm not sure that everyone present would agree. Someone, at least, appears to have noticed what it is that I'm referring to.
So, once again, I must call on you to be explicit for the court. Where in this photograph is a trace of a stabbing, which you claim took place from outside the hut?
I'm still mad. This is a so much smaller hole. It's a tiny hole compared to the other one. But they won't accept the other one. Ugh.
Take that!
Look closely just here. In the screen at the back of the hut, you can see the effect of a blade having been forced through the reeds.
No! I can't! I can't see any such thing!
Perhaps get new glasses then. It's true that the hut in question has 4 walls, as you'd expect. However, by parting the reeds, a knife blade could easily penetrate them.
This is extraordinary!
Yes. The true culprit actually stabbed the victim from outside the beach hut. And of everyone present at the scene, there's only one person who could have done that. Mr. RM? And the only person who's directly outside the hut when Miss Brett was killed. Raiten Minimo-san, it could only have been you.
No!
Objection!
What are you objecting for, huh?
This preposterous idea leaves me almost speechless. Just look at the photograph again. The victim victim lies almost exactly in the center of the beach hut, does she not? Are we to assume, as part of a farcical scenario, that the assailant was a knife thrower? Objection!
No, of course not.
We're not?
If you recall the testimony of the defendant about the events just before the victim's death. Inside the beach hut, I confronted Miss Brett.
But she just sat on a stool at the back of the hut, smiling sweetly at me, as if she knew she was untouchable. A stool?
Have another look at the photograph. The slit in the reed screen would align perfectly with the back of the person who was sitting in that stool.
My word! So, in fact, the victim was
killed while sitting on that stool by a stab wound to her back delivered through the reed screen. Ugh. Having been attacked, Miss Brett rose to her feet instinctively. But then, unable to speak, she collapsed on the floor in the middle of the hut. Before the defendant, Namibami-san's pulled eyes. And that, Your Excellency, is the truth of what happened on the beach that day. Because remember earlier, a huge point of contention the prosecutor said was that she was clutching the pen that had, Ray's initials on it as a kind of last ditch effort to show who the killer was. Well, now that we've proven that the pen is Many Mimo-san's, can't we use that exact same evidence against him?
It was you.
By your silence, Many Mimo-san. I take that you don't deny the charge.
Is this absurd?
The only thing absurd in here is your fucking hairstyle, bitch.
That will do!
Oh, sorry.
It would appear that we have a tacit admission of guilt from the witness. Accordingly, this court has successfully established the truth of this matter.
Wait, that easily? That painlessly? Oh, thank God.
Which means that the defendant, Namibami-san, is innocent of the crime.
We did it! Oh, thank goodness! Sasata, you did it! I finally made him cave.
I must say, I've never been more proud.
Me too!
Just stepping in to stop your bad mouthing, Lamau.
Oops.
Must have heard me.
No, this can't be the algae clad can't. What of my growth of hope?
Oh, you know what? If it actually falls off, I'll actually be kind of sad for him.
It wasn't all an apparition. I can't accept this, I won't.
I see no reason for the continuance of this trial.
Wait, but then why did he stab her? Who? Huh?
Well, this is all very convenient. This is how the highest court in our mighty empire delivers justice, is it? Suppressing well-meaning citizens' freedom to speak and branding them as criminals.
But we've established that the victim was stabbed from outside the hut, through the reed screen walls.
No one but you was in the place at the time to have his hand on the hilt of the blade. It's a perfectly logical deduction.
So, your argument hinges on the location of whoever stabbed the Englishwoman, does it? Well, it seems a little irrelevant now. Irrelevant? Where she was stabbed. How she was stabbed. It doesn't matter. I mean, whether she was stabbed at all makes no difference if you think about it. Fuck, is he gonna push the poison? The poison aspect? After all, the trial's already shown the whole thing hinges on something else. Son of a bitch. I knew this was too easy. What are you talking about? Brace yourself, little man. I'm talking about the fact that everything's changed. Because of the dirt you dug up. What?
Enough obscurity! Explain yourself, witness!
What's to explain? I'm talking about the poison, of course. Poison? Hey, here's a hot take. How about we explore that in your trial and not my trial, where my fucking client has basically been acquitted of the crime. Just, bitch. How about you use that defense in your trial? Fuck you. Every time Ace Attorney games you thinks you won, they always turn it back. Really. They're like, oh, you want this win, huh? They like dangle it in front of you, and you're like, oh yes, thank you so much. Thank you for this, and they just snatch it straight out of your hands. Fuck you. Dance. Okay. Wait, how do we use this? I really want to use this on the pen. I did have a quack theory when we first began, when we first unscrewed the pen, that the way the poison was like smuggled out was through this pen, which makes Raiten part of this conspiracy, right? To steal poison. Sosaki-san, you're younger than him? Oh my god, stress really has done you dirty, hasn't it, Sosaki-san? Oh man. Holy shit, 5 years. Oh. I understand that a deadly poison you were developing was stolen from your laboratory, correct? And it has been shown this poison was administered to the victim, Miss Brett. Is that right?
That is correct. The unusual constriction of the victim's pupils are a sure sign that this particular poison was used.
I see. So, presumably, that means that the victim already had the poison in her body before she was stabbed.
Given that the pupils were clearly constricted, seems highly likely. Yes. She had been dead already. The poison could not have circulated in her blood.
How refreshing to hear the arguments of a metropolitan mind. Precisely. If it is not a jot who stopped whom in whose back end with whose blade.
I mean, attempted murder is always bad. Just because you weren't successful in actually landing the killing blow doesn't mean you didn't stab someone. Just putting that out there.
Because, quite simply, the Englishwoman's life was taken not by a knife, but by the poison.
Fuck you. But that can be explained by the poison being on the blade, as I've already...
Objection! Forgotten already, have we, yokel?
During the very proceedings, the laboratory of the professor at your side assisted in proving that the blade of the weapon used to attack the victim has no trace of the poison on it whatsoever. If it wasn't on the blade, was it on in the wine then? Was it in the wine? Let's see. Even the smallest amount entering the body, either via the mouth or a wound. So it could have been in the wine, I guess? Ugh. I still want to use this on the other thing, but I can't seem to... I want to use it. Let me use it. So let me get this down. The facts, as skillfully established by the defense in this trial, turn out to be a headline-making red herring.
Is that about right?
Fuck you. Can't believe I liked you because you had suspenders. Well... No, Sasato-san, come on! 2 steps from the finish line, we can do this.
Order? But where does this leave us? How in that case did the poison enter the victim's body? There's undeniably obvious the answer to that. The lady most likely imbibed it.
Yeah, wine. You mean she drank it?
I mean, look at the photograph here. As you can see, bottle of...
Oh, it wasn't wine, it was carbonated water. Okay.
A bottle of carbonated water and a glass have been knocked onto the sandy floor of the beach hut. Did you drink carbonated water from a wine glass? God. Poison could have been slipped into either.
So someone made Miss Brett drink it.
Well, what do you know? Look at those dashing eyes. This will make a great front page shot. Hi. Why the bewitching stare? After all, I'm the last person you should be looking at. It would make no sense at all if I poisoned the woman, would it? I mean, that's been established already.
Hold it!
Established? What are you talking about?
Don't tell me you've forgotten.
That a little hard to believe, given that the person who established it was you. Me? What on earth does he mean?
Oh, let me capture those wild eyes. That's prime press fodder it is. Assume that this trial has not destined to end after all. Yet, after all. I hereby call upon the witness to give further testimony. That's great, that is. Let me get a shot of that magnificent beard, Your Excellency.
He does have a great beard. A little bit of a dilf.
You claim it to be impossible that you were the one responsible for administering the poison to the victim. You explain to the court in your testimony the basis upon which you make such a claim.
It's probably gonna be like, oh, I didn't have access to the poison. It's not me. Bitch.
I'm a journo, and I'm a man.
I never tried to run or hide from anything in my life.
And I'm not about to start now, because that's many memoism.
For a brief moment, I thought I illuminated the truth, but it slipped right back into obscurity again. Just where is this trial going to take us? Complete innocence.
Wait, he just straight up admits that he committed a fucking attempted murder.
Yeah, I stabbed the English woman, but that very fact proves I'm innocent.
Fuck you. Man. How do I... Kind of annoyed that they won't let us use this. Because if you guys have ever played the original trilogy, the one with... What's her name again? Emma? In it? When she gives you the luminol and you can just spray whatever the fuck you want. I wish we had that back again. That was fun.
Because why would I bother to stab the woman if I'd already poisoned her? I don't know, to speed up the process? To frame someone else? Plenty of reasons. Well, I had a student girl, a pompous English murderer, arguing. It got my goat. If the courts weren't gonna punish Brett for what she'd done,
someone else would have to see justice done. Wait, so you blatantly admit to attempted murder? What the fuck?
You realize that that's a separate charge, not that doesn't hinge on whether or not the person you try to murder actually dies or not, right? What the? Your defense sucks. I hate you.
Ugh. So you admit it then? That everything happened as it described?
That you are the one who stabbed Miss Brett in the back through the read screen. You can't blame this miserable country of ours. A country that bows to the pressure of foreign powers and lets murderers walk free. What kind of future can a country like that have? And that's why I did it.
I did what I pathetic leaders couldn't have the guts to do. Slap bang in the middle of that charming lady's back. I plunged the blade of sweet justice right in there. Okay, I appreciate the thought, I really do. And vigilantism, I sometimes, sometimes there is a time and place for it. But framing the entire thing on another innocent lady is inexcusable. Fuck you, dude. As someone who spends his life seeing that the truth is told, I feel really, really awful about giving false information in my testimony before. Fuck you. But as it turns out, there was somebody else who had it in for the victim and got to her before me. That's right. You guessed it! The pretty little student girl. Now there's a woman after my own heart. You're implicating Ray again. She's the one who gave the poison to the Englishwoman and ended her pitiful existence. And suddenly, snap, this journal here is off the hook. Again, I think you fundamentally misunderstand the judicial system. The argument is sound, certainly. Wait. Did he not misunderstand? And I'm the one misunderstanding? Is this just how 1890s law is? Bruh. The witness had administered the poison himself. He need only to have waited for it to take effect. Subsequently, stabbing the victim in the back would have been entirely nonsensical.
And therefore, this report had nothing to do with the poisoning. Yes, it's all quite logical.
That's right, it is. Logical and true. I'm glad you've seen the light. Justice at last. This is unbelievable. And after I made so much progress in proving his guilt, is he going to get away with it now? Surely not. What? Susato-san, you can do it. I believe in you. Think of Kazuma-sama and Naruhodo-san. They never stop looking for a way forward until the judge's final gavel. Very well done, counsel. Proceed with what I assume to be your final cross-examination in this trial. Yes, Your Excellency. Okay. Complete innocence. Oh yes, I stabbed that Englishwoman. The very fact proves I'm innocent. So you admit that you had murderous intentions towards Miss Brit then? A woman's very existence offended my senses of justice. Your sense of... He's claiming to be some sort of righteous indignation? Indignation? Oh god, my words. She was pure evil. A cold-blooded killer who committed murder right here on our Empire soil. But did our good-for-nothing government do anything? Not a chance. So I had to step in. The flag of justice. Fly the flag of justice. It puts things right for the people. Yes, that is my civic duty. That's what drove me to do it. So in summary, murderous intentions then. Whatever you want to call it. The point is, that Englishwoman was a blight. So I had to do what was right. For society.
And the real wrong was done by the student girl in the dock. A crime for which he must pay.
Obviously, because the poisoning was nothing to do with me at all. Why would Paul stab the woman if I already poisoned her? Again, you could try to frame poor Ray, obviously. Because you're the one who took the photo as well, and then you sent it to the prosecutor's office anonymously. That's sus as fuck, dude. That's sus as fuck. So you still maintain that you didn't give the poison to the victim? Obviously. I'd be like putting a belt in your trousers and you were already wearing braces like these.
And the accused administered the poison then, following which the witness stabbed the victim.
An unforgivable act, certainly, but not one of murder. That crime rests on the accused's shoulders.
That is how the law works, you see. Yoko? Who knows? You may even learn something here today.
Consecutive attempts on her life in the space of minutes. Quite a day for the victim. I guess.
Do something evil, and you gotta come in.
That's how the law works. The law of reckoning.
That's not the kind of law this court upholds.
You will reiterate why you were compelled to stab the victim then, witness?
I heard the student girl and that pompous Englishwoman murderer arguing. It caught my goat.
Hold it!
What exactly were they arguing about?
About what happened in the restaurant 9 months ago.
That's what. Were they? Why would they be arguing about that?
The student girl was laying into the Englishwoman for killing her beloved mentor, Dr. Wilson.
Wait, you're contradicting your earlier statement about them arguing about the reason? Eh, nani?
Yes, Dr. John H. Wilson. Professor of Medicine, invited here from England by Professor Mikotoba, no less.
Right, but the Englishwoman just jeered.
Your case was to be heard by the British Consular Court in Shanghai. However, there is little doubt that she would simply have been acquitted and sent back to her homeland a free woman.
I mean, would it really have been that easy? Technically speaking, even if she committed murder on a foreign soil, she's still, like, murdered a fellow expat. Like, she murdered a fellow Englishman. Surely, even if they were racist, like, they would have been like, hey, you killed a white man. You can't do that. Like, I don't know.
It was eating that student girl up inside. You could see it.
I really felt for her. Eh? Who now? Ray? Ray! I can't. I can't stand here listening to this tripe. Ray!
Young girl, you stand accused here. You can't just blurt out whenever you feel like it.
No, you can't. Sorry, but I'm in the middle of some very important testimony here. Just keep quiet and listen. But this awful man is making all this up. Susato, please, you have to make him listen.
I don't know who Sasato is, but as your defense lawyer, I will absolutely listen. Come to the dock at once, Minbabi-san. We're in the middle of a cross-examination.
Hold it!
Your Excellency, please, I implore you. The journalist is clearly not a trustworthy witness. Exactly! He's a filthy, rotten, black-hearted, bigoted, dirty, great, peeping Tom!
Whoa, take it easy there.
Please! I really think the court should hear what the defendant has to say.
Your Excellency, I see no need whatsoever to entertain the accused remarks.
Please, Judge.
I will grant the request of the defense.
Thank you!
Your Excellency!
This is likely to be the final cross-examination of these proceedings. As such, I believe it will be ill-advised to stifle the defendant's obvious concerns.
Thank you, Judge, thank you!
So, on recognizing that this contravenes regular protocol, I hereby call upon the defendant to speak.
Oh! Thank you so much, Your Excellency! Okay. It has nothing to do with Dr. Wilson. We were discussing the stolen poison. Yeah, that's what he said earlier. Oh. Wait. Are you connected to the greater conspiracy? Is that why you're upset about the Dr. Wilson thing? Alright, we'll press Ray.
Hold it!
The stolen poison that killed the victim, you mean? I suspected her being the one to steal it. I mean, just think about how she killed Dr. Wilson.
That's true. Additionally, this Brett certainly had knowledge of the new poison.
A criminal? A murderer? Had knowledge of your top secret government poison? What the
Surely it would be no easy task to steal a highly secret toxin being developed for the government. How did she know? Indeed, all visitors to the laboratory are thoroughly searched when they leave. Even if Heath managed to avoid being seen by myself or a colleague, getting the poison out would be very difficult.
That's true. I pestered Professor Mikotoba until he agreed to show me the poison when I visited his laboratory. As I left, I was searched from top to tail.
Spirit rather bluntly revealed the existence of the toxin we've been developing, you see. Since Sosaki-san expressed much interest in it, I felt unable to refuse. Obviously, I hid nothing away on the fact it was an extremely potent substance.
I'm very ashamed of myself. It's just that I've had a singularly terrible experience with a deadly poison. Sosaki-san, what happened to you?
I wanted to look my old enemy in the eye! Surely you can understand that!
Sosaki-san. To find out if my suspicions were true, I confronted Miss Brett about the poison. I told her that if there were to be an incident involving it somehow, it wouldn't just be the university. The military would be dragged into it. The whole government even. It would be a complete disaster.
And how did Miss Brett respond to your concerns?
Probably laughed in your face. She just curled those beautiful lips of hers and she said she didn't know the first thing about it. In English, actually.
Yes. Many Memo-san, one small question, if you don't mind.
I do mind. Can't you see I'm busy?
Clearly, you're outside the beach hut, listening in, whilst the defendant and Miss Brett were conversing. Presumably then, it was you who wrote this article about what you heard.
So you're the one who leaked government secrets.
Exclusive. Deadly poison stolen from Yume Medical Research Laboratory. A story was published in this morning's edition of the Shoyu News. Details are far too accurate for it to be written by anyone else.
Sorry, don't know what you're talking about. Yes, look at this! The entire article. It's almost what I said to Miss Brett, word for word. Bitch. Well, Minimo-san? Bitch. As a journo, and as a citizen of a free country, don't have to reveal my sources. That's the founding principle of Mini-Memoism. Father's clearly right about this. That reporter did write the article, and he based it on what he overheard from outside the hut. Information he gleaned by eavesdropping. So that's what it was all about. You were trying to cover up the fact that you were listening in. That's why you came up with that stinking story about me arguing with her. Shut up. My stories never stink. Look, whatever you're trying to say, little girl, it doesn't alter the facts. Your Excellency, there's something I want to say, and I want to go on record. Okay. Go ahead. Lies beget more lies. Fucking dig yourself further into this hole, bitch.
Very well, you may amend your formal testimony. Ha. Ha.
Point is, if you poison someone, there'll be no reason to go and stab the person as well. Okay, this is the last one I have to press, so let's press it. Hold it! Perhaps you doubted the efficacy of the poison and sought to make sure your victim would die. That's horse dung. What? It would be like pouring pepper on your Chinese ramen before you even tasted it. Completely reckless. Although, it might surprise you to learn, I'm a bit of an impetuous pepper pourer as it happens.
What are you talking about?
What? Once the victim had taken the poison, she would have only minutes away from death. And yet, this man then proceeded to stab her in the back as well. You know, as I say, always double tap. There has to have been a good reason for that.
If it was a reporter who gave the poison to Miss Britt, then clearly he must have done it prior to Ray entering the hut.
Yes, that's undeniable.
Between him leaving the hut and the victim being stabbed, there was one very crucial change in the situation.
Sorry? What change? What change?
The reporter overheard the conversation between Ray and the Englishwoman.
Oh. Small amount, fatal in minutes. Impaired breathing, acute contraction pimples. Huh. Is it the fact that there would have been an obvious, like, ending with acute contraction of the pupils prior to death? Synthesis of alkaloids. Is it the fact that it would have left, like he thought it would not leave a trace, but the fact that it would leave a trace? So he used a knife instead? Yes, that's it! That's when Minnie Mimosam first found out the exact nature of the poison he used. It could be the key here. The fact that it can be detected by the university specifically. So it wasn't as like... But then why would you leave even more evidence behind by stabbing a person? What?
The victim had unwittingly taken the poison already. The reporter would have no reason to stab her. On the face of it, that logic sounds entirely reasonable.
But there's no question that this man was responsible for Miss Britt's murder.
If we could think of a plausible explanation as to why he might have stabbed her, even after the poisoning, I feel sure that everything would drop into place. That's what we should be looking for.
Yes, I agree. And in order to do that, I must try to glean more information. I pressed everything though. Stab the Englishwoman, proves I'm innocent. Because why would I bother stab the woman if I already poisoned her? I heard the girl Pompous got my goat. Nothing to do with Dr. Wilson, we're discussing the stolen poison. If you poison someone, there'd be no reason to go and stab the person as well. Throughout the lecture at Yume by Soseki Natsumi on the 11th, it came to light that a very disturbing incident took place. A deadly poison was secretly developed in the university's forensic science laboratory was stolen. Even the smallest amount were fatal in minutes. Current methods cannot detect a newly developed chemical. The university would have to be consulted. Is that it? The fact the university would be consulted? And then I still want to use this on this and be like, oh, that's how it was fucking smuggled out. And that bit stuck. Let me think. Cause I only got like 3 chances left. I can't fuck it up now. Extreme meiosis. That is tricky. Yeah. My main issue is that sometimes even when I have an idea, I'm really hesitant to like present evidence on it. Because there's so many times where I present evidence, and even though like in the end it turns out I was right, I present the wrong thing, and I'm like, ah! I'm getting penalized. Yeah, look at that. Only 3 left. Guess I don't have any other avenues to pursue though. So I guess I have to go for it.
Hold it!
Let me press him one more time. Just let me see what he says. It's horse dung. What? That would be like pouring pepper. Completely reckless. And then he does say he is completely reckless. So, maybe that's it. There has to be a good reason for that. Sudden friend entering the hut. Okay. I think the fact that he admits that he's reckless might be it. Okay. Have you tried the save and load method? I guess I could save and load. Okay, if I get down to 1, I'll do the save and load.
Wait, how do I even open the menu in this anyway? Which button do I press? Start? Oh no, that's not it. You know what? I'll figure it out when I get to it. We'll figure it out when we get to it. Let's hope,
Okay, let's skip to the last one. And let's present.
Alright, here goes nothing.
Objection!
Well, I can think of one reason. What? But before I explain, I'd like you to confirm something for the court. Did you glean all the information for this newspaper article from what you overheard outside the hut? Of course he did! There can be no question of that! After all, when we were all in the laboratory together,
We were all told there was a terrible toxin.
and there's one more important fact to consider. According to the witness, Minbami-san's verbal attack against the victim began as soon as she entered the hut. In other words, it would have been impossible for her to have slipped the poison into Miss Brett's drink.
Objection!
Where are you going with this, counsel? Minimemo-san has been quite clear that he observed every single thing that happened in the beach hut. If the defendant had somehow found an opportunity, this man would have seen it.
Which means that Miss Brett couldn't have imbibed the poison whilst the defendant was present. In fact, it must have been administered to her before Minbami-san entered the hut.
Open the menu on your Nintendo Switch. Maybe just press the plus button. Oh. That makes more sense.
Options? The plus thing?
Ah!
There we go. Okay. Thank you. Oh, they can just save and load from here.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, maybe I'm just like fundamentally stupid and can't read instructions. Also, I'm glad Susato-san is just so much smarter than me. She's like figuring all this out. Well, I'm like, I think this one maybe. We'll try it. Oh. Yes, very articulately put.
When I walked into the hut, I immediately started to press Miss Brett about the poison. Holy shit, have you not been saving up until now? No, I've been saving. I save at the end of every case. You know, when they say the case is ended. Look. I have full confidence in myself and my ability to play a children's game. Yes. But let's just go with that. At which point, Minimemo-san overheard some worrying information.
Okay, guys, stop roasting me. I'll save more. I think in the Switch version they actually autosave it. I think they autosave it, so even if I failed it, it would be okay, right?
Did you just ace all the answers since the Great Ace Attorney won? Well, I've gotten some close calls, and I've have had to ask some people for help sometimes. But yeah, I've survived this far. So I'd like to thank everyone in the chat for supporting me when I get truly stuck, for being my lifeline, because I don't manually save. Yeah, you would think that someone as dumb as me would save more, but I don't actually think, so I can't plan ahead. Oh man. At which point, Minimemo-san overheard some worrying information.
Worrying information? What's worrying information?
The information which he subsequently included in his newspaper article, namely, the poison was being developed in strict secrecy, and that it couldn't be readily obtained. So it was the fact that it would leave a trail.
Absolutely. In fact, it's quite an understatement. The only possible place it could come from is my lab.
And furthermore, anyone afflicted by the poison would have exhibit telltale signs of death. the extreme constriction of the pupils. Yes, it's quite stark when you see it. There are other poisons that show similar symptoms, but not among new substances that are undetectable. In other words, it will be clear that the victim's life had been ended by the use of this particular poison, which would reduce the number of suspects to only a handful of people. So he was trying to cover his ass, bitch.
Everyone in my laboratory is aware of the unique properties of the toxin we've been developing. None of them would have been foolish enough to attempt to use it for some nefarious deed. And Barney-san being no exception.
Therefore, we can conclude that whoever administered this unique poison to the victim was a layperson, unaware of its telltale properties. In other words, someone like you! Written many memo. Got him. We got him. It was you who stole the poison from the laboratory that day. And it was you who administered it to the unwitting victim. But you quickly realized that was a terrible mistake. Because the poison caused such unusual symptoms and was so traceable. As you listened from the far side of the beach hut's thin walls, you learned of these facts. But you'd already given the victim the poison at that point. It was too late. So you hatched a plan to disguise your mistake. A plan that involved stabbing the victim in the back through the reed screen.
Objection!
But what could that possibly do? Because he wanted to frame someone else, because he's an asshole. Isn't it obvious, Counsel? The plan was to kill Miss Britt before the poison could take effect. Ugh.
Once in the blood, the poison causes the onset of pupil constriction. But he had hoped to precipitate the victim's death before that happened, didn't he?
Exactly. Because without any revealing signs of the new secret poison's use, no one would ever have been suspected.
That is extraordinary.
Yes, the effects of the poison meant to be too easily identified, so the killer had to mask its use. When he attempted to do it by plunging the knife into the middle of the victim's back.
Order! The argument presented is sound. The court is satisfied that this warrants consideration. Does the prosecution have a counter-argument it wishes to put forward?
Well, there are a number of... yes, I counter completely.
Objection!
Oh yeah? Let's hear your argument then, bitch. The prosecution's evasive response clearly shows that in much the same way he tries to nurture the remnants of his topknot,
He's clinging to lost hope. Sasato! Oh my god. Go right for the fucking weak points, why don't you? Lost hope? Oh, she went right for the soft parts.
You again? Oh. You pathetic, useless, fallen samurai!
Fallen? Who are you calling fallen? My country...
I don't need a counter-argument. What are you talking about?
It should be blatantly obvious. I stole the poison, you say? Gave it to the victim, you say? Stabbed her, you say? Lots of fine theories. But I don't need a counter-argument, because you don't have an argument for yourself. Where's your evidence? Yes, you make it sound also plausible, don't you? Without evidence, it means nothing. Whereas I base my news on facts. Facts? What do you mean? Explain yourself.
I mean, what the professor said earlier in this trial, it's all here in my many memos. Many memo.
Every word, every slip of the tongue, all noted. That's what Shoyu News is famous for. The power of the printed word.
Wait, are you threatening us now?
Surely, it'll be no easy task to steal a highly secret toxin being developed for the government. Indeed, all visitors have to into the laboratory are thoroughly searched when they leave. Even if the thief managed to avoid being seen by myself or a colleague, getting the poison out would be very difficult.
It's in the pen! I said this once, I'll say it again. It's in the fucking pen's inkwell.
How's that, then? Blown the story wide open?
See, I, writer Many Memo, a mere reporter for the Shoyu News.
Couldn't possibly have stolen that poison from the professor's laboratory.
Gah! Come on, it's okay. We have the reagent. We can test things.
Please let me test things.
But there can't be any question of it. He must have stolen the poison that day. He stole it and used it to kill. And if that's the case,
finally we can use the reagent on the pen. Right, let me use it. I've been waiting this entire case.
As you've identified, the poison itself is the definitive evidence we need. Because whoever stole it from the laboratory that day is a true culprit here.
What's your point, you annoyingly handsome country bumpkin?
Oh, Susato's handsome. I'm so proud. My handsome lad. My point is this. There is one way that you, Many Memo-san, could have stolen the poison that day.
I've heard enough verbal conjecture now, thank you! The court must be shown as evidence. What proof do you have that this witness stole the poison on the day in question?
Wait, do I prove this or do I use this? Take that! I guess the pen, right? Oh, okay, good. The proof, Your Excellency, is his fountain pen. Haha, bitch, got ya.
A fountain pen? How could that possibly be relevant?
These magical pens somehow seem to have enough ink to write many thousands of kanji characters. I believe they arrived in our country for the first time some 15 years ago now. Ha! I swear by a weasel-head calligraphy brush and nothing else. These newfangled pens are merely a fad.
Don't bet any money on it. Well, as a forward-thinking man of words, obviously I love my fountain pen. Stuck upon a sumptuous ink, one's work is awash with words in the blink of an eye.
That's right. Fountain pens have a small reservoir in the barrel, into which ink is sucked up to the nib of the pen in order to write with later. What does this talking of sucking up ink have? And just as it's possible to suck up ink into the reservoir, it's also possible to eject it to the nib again, of course.
My word! Can this really be?
Well, Mini Memo-san? When you saw the deadly poison before your eyes in the laboratory that day, you used your fountain pen, your very lifeblood, to steal some of it, didn't you? By siphoning the poison up through the nib and into the pen's reservoir.
Got him.
We got him.
Objection!
More obscenity? That never happened! True. We've heard that there were procedures in place to prevent deaths like this from the laboratory. But would anyone have thought to look inside a fountain pen of all places?
No. I'm a little ashamed to say that for the fear of offending our guests, such detailed searches would not have been conducted.
Wait. Then why do a search at all if you're not going to be detailed about it? Okay.
Well, this is quite startling, I must say.
I remind the court that this pen was found in the clutches of the victim when she died. In other words, it was dropped at the scene by Mini Memo-san. So, the crucial question is, when exactly was the pen dropped?
Are you suggesting?
The natural conclusion is that in your haste to act whilst the victim was distracted for a moment, you dropped the pen after you emptied the poison from it into her glass.
Objection!
It could be any number
numbers of alternative explanations. For example, Witness could have been using his pen to write down the details of his conversation with the victim. And when she shocked by how outrageous answers, the pen fell from his quivering hand. Objection!
No, that can't be. If it was, how do you explain why the pen was devoid of ink?
What?
As you can see for yourself if you examine the evidence, there would appear to be no ink present in the reservoir. What newspaper reporter goes to interview someone with nothing in his pen? No, the pen was dropped after the poison that filled its reservoir had been emptied into the victim's glass.
Gah.
Witness, what do you have to say in your defense?
Nothing.
So this is how our modern justice system works, is it? So what if the ink in my pen runs dry? So what if my pencil snaps?
Speaking of which, there has to be like a small mountain of broken pencils at the stand now.
Oh shit, Wolverine, okay. I can always claw my way back into the game. I have plenty in reserve. What? What the fuck? This guy won't give up. Yeah, he just fucking just threw pens at us. What the? I mean, pencils. What the fuck, my dude? You know what? Gotta give this guy something. He is tenacious. You claim I sucked the poison up into my pen? It's wild speculation, nothing more. If you thought I could bring down a fine, upstanding citizen with a trick like that, think again.
Looks as though it's going to take one final decisive blow to finish the matter.
Reagent, let me use reagent. As I see it, the situation is now very simple. It rests upon whether or not this victim did indeed steal the poison that day in question. And therefore, it all depends on whether or not the defense can prove that he did it with evidence. Such evidence could not possibly exist!
Objection!
Memo-san, this is how our modern justice system works.
What?
In the courtroom, evidence is everything. Something you should do well to remember. Because we are well past the point of speculation on this stage, I assure you.
Very well then, I call upon the defense to present the aforementioned evidence.
Okay, you know what? I think this judge was nice before for allowing Ray to go on the stand, but now he's being really, really fucking mean to me. Because before, when I was like, hey, what if the knife was poisoned? He was like, okay, recess, we'll test it out. But now, when I'm like, what if this pen has poison in it? Instead of being like, okay, recess, we'll test it out. He's like, show me right now. Right fucking now. That just seems really fucking unfair, doesn't it? Fuck you. No, I take it back. You're alright. But this is mean still. I don't like this.
This is it then. This will be the final piece of the puzzle.
The defense can prove, by means of this item, that it was the witness's pen that was used to steal the poison.
Take that!
Boy, you sure was lucky that our dad gave some of this, huh? And so, what's in this bottle?
This bottle contains the unique chemical reagent that can be used to identify the poison in question.
Yes, that poison is an entirely new synthesis of alkaloids, developed by my colleagues and I. It would be impossible to detect traces of it by any other method.
Or, from another perspective, simply with this chemical reagent, anybody could check for poison. Anybody could check for traces of the poison. Got it.
Reagent? What?
One drop of this contents of this bottle, and the tip of your fountain pen, Memo-san, is all it will take to solve this case beyond all reasonable doubt.
No, you can't. They won't.
Sir?
Your crimes are bad enough, but at least know when to admit defeat. Give it up already. Oh my gosh.
Your Excellency, defense requests permission to carry out the test on the fountain pen at once.
Oh shit! Sir? This isn't my fault! The Empire drove me to this! Trying to hold its high civilization! It's, oh god, new attitudes and music and no justice or righteousness! Remember, this is the power of justice! Many men my level!
Susato, with me!
I'm there.
Did I do it right?
Was that a Susato takedown? Wasn't it?
Susato Ray takedown.
Not quite.
That
Was a Ryutaro takedown. Oh, I love them. Oh my god, fun moments where he just responds to yeah. this is great. This is girl power that I want to see.
Still kind of mad we don't actually get to use it.
I wanna conduct experiments in court. I think that'll be fun.
The instant the first drop of the reagent touched the nib of the fountain pen, it was clear to everyone present.
When I saw it there in the lab, poison.
It's kind of funny that this is the first case in the Great Ace Attorney series too, and it's already getting hype. Yeah, I honestly, I heard that this game answers all the questions from the leftover from the last game, so I'm like really excited about it. But like, was this guy actually just acting independently and not as part of the conspiracy?
It just, the devil got a hold of me and I decided to do it on a whim. I excused myself and emptied all the ink down a sink in the bathroom, washing the reservoir out carefully.
And then you waited for an opportunity to suck up some of the poison, didn't you? Into your fountain pen.
Yes, that's right. Answer me one thing, Benimo-san. Why did you steal it? For what purpose?
Well, to kill.
Isn't it obvious? Find out what it was made of and expose it in an article.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's a secret project after all.
Too juicy for a journal like me to pass up.
Then why did the English woman end up dead? I went into that hut, intending to quiz her on her situation. That's all. As a reporter. A known killer, enjoying full freedom, evading justice by leaving the country. I told her what I thought about it. And she just laughed in my face!
Oh, what's this? A far eastern caveman purporting to practice journalism? Really, you must learn the difference between reporting and listening at doorways, you ignorant plebeian.
Wow. What did you just call me?
This country, with its pretensions to a justice system, to a free press, it's really very depressing. You see our superior ways in the West, yet you lack the mental capacity to emulate them. Get out of here, you oaf! Get out and crawl back into the cave you came from.
That's what I remembered. But the deadly poison I happened to have in my pen at the time.
Ah.
A murder of opportunity then. Okay. What a terrible tale. In my head, I knew I should just get out of there as quickly as possible, but I couldn't. I couldn't let her get away with what she'd done. What she clearly had no remorse for at all. I suppose it was my journo spirit getting all fired up.
I can kind of sympathize, actually. I'd like to ask you something.
Yeah?
You often talk about justice. But surely, as a journalist, you could have used other means to deliver justice you sought.
There is no justice in the press.
Sorry?
After that trial 9 months ago, I kept digging and digging to find out what happened in that courtroom. And finally, I discovered the truth. It was a cover-up! That's what it was!
Cover-up? A cover-up? What do you mean?
Mind you of your position, witness! Be careful what you say! Oh, come on! Doesn't it strike you as strange? Was something not at all allowed to convict a foreign national? Constitutional jurisdiction should have never come into it. And yet that puffed-up Englishwoman was going to sail away into the sunset a free woman. The only possible explanation is that, behind the scenes, some deal had gone down between the Britain and Japan.
What sort of deal?
I've done my research, dug up all the dirt. I was ready to be published. Did you know what happened? The editor just tore the article up. He came under pressure from the government, you mean? If our government is going to let criminals walk free, if they're going to crush the free press, then what choice do I have but to see that justice is done myself?
Let's not forget, Minimemo-san, that you committed murder yourself, and you tried to lay the blame at the defendant's door. See, this is the one thing I can't vibe with. The fact that he took things into his own hands because of a corrupt system, I'm like, okay, I can forgive you for that, I guess. But the fact he tried to frame an innocent person, like, bro, uncool. I'm sorry, but you're no better than Jezeel Brett. The truth is, you have no right to talk about justice at all.
I suppose.
Ah, yes. Death of the Fourth Estate.
It would appear that we have reached a conclusion in this trial at last. And so for the defense, Ryotaro Naruhodo.
That's me. I'm Ryotaro. Oh, yeah, me? Yeah.
Sorry, Your Excellency.
Just using in a manly way here.
It's almost unbelievable that this is your first experience of the Supreme Court. It was an excellent performance. In truth, it very much reminded me of your cousin's exploits.
Oh, Naruhodo. Real Nosuke, you mean?
The way you handled the trial 9 months ago, and the way you handled this one, it gives me hope that we are genuinely entering a new era of justice in this land.
It's very flattering, Your Excellency.
Hearing the defense you put forward today made me feel most keenly. The future of our justice system will be forged by you and your contemporaries.
Thank you.
So, Prosecutor Aochi, do you have any final thoughts?
Are you okay, sir? Please don't do anything rash. Look. I know I was cheating on you earlier, but can we put the knife away, sir? Prosecutor Aochi? Are you gonna cut my hair off? You can keep it. You know, maybe comb it over, it'll be nice. I'm sorry. I, Taketsuchi of the Aochi clan, have been bested by a callow youth not once now, but twice. If there was any shred of my former self left, it has withered and died here today. Gosh, your journey to cultural enlightenment sure took a while, didn't it?
Sense!
Rather than living on such shame, I will end it all. Now with this blade. Sir? Sir?
For that is the truth path of Aochiism.
Aochiism? One hopes that is the only way in which he'll be modeling himself after the witness.
Spring on my top knot. The time is right for farewell.
Hope is lost forever. Taketsuchi Aochi. Oh. A moment of silence for his hair. R.I.P. Okay. Everyone praising about it. You know, sometimes when a man commits a grand gesture in desperation, the best you can do is to close your eyes and honor his decision. You know what? I hope that Prosecutor Aochi has grown from this experience and will continue to seek betterment of himself. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh. Sorry. Sorry. Now, in regard to the defendant, Rei Membami-san. Yes, Your Excellency. I have reached my final verdict. I hereby find you
Not guilty. Yeah.
I feel bad for bullying him now. Look at him. He's in despair. Oh, but we did it. Court is adjourned!
Tak. Yeah.
It's over. My heart is still pounding my chest though. It's all I can do to just stay standing. Yahoo! Wahoo! Naruhodo! Ryosuke. Lawyers have such great responsibility. It's such a great burden to bear. Don't they, Naruhodo-san? I miss my boy. Susato! Thank you so much. We were so dashing out there. Ray and Father. Honestly, I was so touched by everything you've... Oh no, I think I'm going to cry. It wasn't easy, but together we made it. I was on the verge of tears at the end too. The only reason I'm still here is because of you. Oh, no, I can't take all the credit. It took courage to tell the truth in there. You did wonderfully, Ray. So, I would have to say that the congratulations belongs to you. Susato, don't be so standoffish. Sorry? We're friends, equals, and the trial's over. So, no more of this formal super humility nonsense. It's time to celebrate with swagger. Throw caution to the wind. Caution to the... what? I'm a great defense lawyer, Rotaro Naruhodo,
I'm taking you out to a milk bar tomorrow. Oh my god, are you asking me on a date? Outside of court? Girl, oh my gosh. Oh my god, girls, stop. I'm being bashful. Oh my god. A date? Oh my god, okay. Okay, yeah, sure, let's go to the milk bar tomorrow then. Or something. Right, I see. I'll, think about it, Ray. Say yes. Say yes to the date. At any rate, we really knocked the wind out of that horrid man, and it felt so good. Yes, it was satisfying. It really was. There wasn't anyone else we could throw together? Isn't there anyone else we could throw together? She says, eyeing your father. I hope you're not looking at me, Ray. Oh my goodness, of course not, of course not. Ah, there it is at last. Ray's lovely smile. Aww. You fought for your friend up to the very last. As your father, I'm extremely proud of you. Defense attorney, Ryotaro Naruhodo. Thank you! And I couldn't have done it without your help. Anyway, it's time to bid farewell to Ryotaro, I think. I shall miss him in a way, but it's back to Susato and Mikotoba now. So, I'll never see him again then? What a terrible shame. What?
Asunaga! Soseki-san!
What is happening?
Hey, pals!
Guess what? It was me all along! Takes off the hat.
Ah, Soseki-san and Inspector Hatsunaga! I do hope you've been keeping well.
Really you?
Yeah, I had to change my appearance for, well, obvious reasons I hope, but it's me! Susato Mikotoba!
I don't. So dashing, so divine. No! Doubly dashing, yes, and devilishly divine. Just look at you. Oh my gosh. I had no idea, Mr. Sato-san, Esquiress, that you were locum student Naruhodo's son, the Esquire's cousin? No, Suzuki-san, that's the wrong takeaway. Oh, Hosonaga-san, are you okay? Astonishing, astounding, Ace Attorney! Ah, that's the game. Wrap it up, folks.
Poor Soseki-san, so confused.
Ryutaro's canonically hot confirmed. Yeah, right! Everyone's just like, oh, Ryutaro! So dashing, so handsome! I love how my girl is canonically an amazing drag king. I still remember the first time I ever met him. It was in a prison cell in London. What an extraordinary conundrum it was that the unwitting student from Japan found himself embroiled in. It attracts everyone regardless of gender.
Yeah!
Too beautiful for this world, too pure, too gorgeous, too divine. But after Naruhodo-san's skillful defense at the Old Bailey, Soseki-san was free to return to Japan. And now he seems to have earned himself great fame as an author. I'm proud of him. I'm stunned. A truly impressive disguise. Yes. I had no idea. And I'm the chief inspector at the police bureau, who came up with Mr. Turtle, no less. Mr. Turtle? Is that his name? Oh, Hosonaga-san. I'm not sure you should be admitting to that, Inspector. Amazing. You are a woman of many faces, I see.
Just two, really. And this was a once-in-a-lifetime event. I hope. Oh, I'm not a patch on you, I'm not a patch on you, though, Inspector.
Well, I'm a professional, of course. Hasanaka-san, I love you.
I do worry about Inspector Hosonaga sometimes. I really do. 9 months ago, when he appeared here at the Supreme Court to testify, he was an undercover disguised as the head waiter of a restaurant.
Oh no. And then on the steamship to Great Britain, of course, disguised as a sailor to keep us safe on the journey. Oh no. Although that didn't help you, did it, Kazuma-sama? From my perspective, I have to admit that I have mixed feelings about all this. I mean, now that the truth has been lost forever. What do you mean? Yeah, what do you mean? I'm talking about the murder that the Englishwoman committed at the end of last year. Oh, how she never confessed her motives? Ah, yes, it was an English doctor she killed, as I understand it. Dr. John H. Wilson, yes. The man I invented to Japan, personally. The mystery is, why did she kill him? Now the culprit herself is dead. We'll probably never know the answer. On the voyage to Great Britain, we had a most unexpected encounter. With Mr. Sherlock Sholmes. The great detective, I mean. Yes, I remember Mr. Holmes well, of course. Ah, my arch nemesis. How lightly you utter his name. Well, according to the stories published about him in The Adventures of Sherlock Sholmes, the detective once had a partner who helped him solve crimes. A best friend. And the man was an exceptional doctor of medicine by the name of John H. Wilson. What? Dr. Wilson? I just can't believe that it's a coincidence. I think that the English doctor of medicine killed here in Japan 9 months ago must have been a friend and partner of Mr. Holmes. And if that's really true... Oh, Iris! And the poor girl won't ever see her beloved father again. As you know, I traveled to Great Britain once myself to study. It was around that time you were born. Oh, so a while back. Yes, grandmother told me about it. When I returned to Japan, I took up my professorship at the Imperial Yume University. But I also serve another role as an advisor to the government in diplomatic affairs. Yes, I was aware of that as well. In that case, I'm sure you understand that there are some confidential matters I cannot divulge to you. What? Are you... Could you just tell me one thing? Was the man Iris's father? Oh my god. Wait. Why did you summon me back to Japan? Were you not sick? Huh? What is happening? It's been 2 months now since I returned. When I left England, it was because an urgent telegram had arrived from Japan. It said that you had collapsed with a high fever, and you were growing weaker by the day. What? Where'd that news come from? That's what I'd like to know, because after that long sea voyage, I found you in fine health, father. Was there something in Great Britain that you perceived might inconvenience me in some way? Or harm me? That's really the only explanation I can think of. Dear me. You do reserve your most cutting glares for your father, Susato. I'm sorry, my dear. I simply can't... Let me go! Memo-san! Stop! One throw isn't enough for you! I've got one last thing to say before they take me away. Professor! Me? I know the truth. I know you had a hand in what went on. I know that visiting students' fate! That visiting students' fate? Visiting student? Giselle Brett, you mean? No, not her! The student of law who left for Great Britain 8 months ago! Kazuma? Kazuma? What? Student of law? He must mean Kazuma-sama. What are you talking about? What does any of this have to do with Kazuma-sama? Nobody here in Japan knows anything about it. They don't know that the guy never made it to England, that he died on that steamship. I mean, did he die? Kazuma. And that he would never...
Sir? 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 Is he okay? Huh? Is he okay? Back there? Mr. Judge... I'm sorry, I'm gonna need a moment to just... What on earth is happening? Even more... I don't know. Okay, this is really cursed. I've never seen a judge's 3D model like this before. What? Well, I didn't expect to find him in here. And I didn't expect you to have martial skills, but here we are. What were your officers playing at? Sorry, sir! Your Excellency!
So many unanswered questions. Yeah, what was he going to say? Is he okay?
Oh, I don't like this. He's at like eye level. I don't think you should ever be at eye level. Oh, I don't like that. I feel like I should be lower down. Your Honor? Oh God, why is he looking at me like that?
Also, just me, he is kind of hot, isn't he? I don't know. Just throwing that out there. Anyway.
I was coming to tell you that rickshaw has arrived, Eugen.
First name basis? He's on a first name basis with your dad. What the fuck is happening? A lot of loose ends. Yeah. For sure. Wait. Oh my god. Okay, so when I first started the first game, I was like, this bitch, Susato's dad, right, is sus as fuck, right? I did not trust him. But then I was like, oh no, I misread him, right? Because, you know, Susato's amazing. She's great. She's fine. She's amazing. I love her. Obviously, her dad can't be bad, right? But now I'm like, oh my god, was I right? Is this bitch actually sus? What the fuck is going on? It was a good job that I came by to stop him from telling us a secret. What did you do to Kazuma?
Yes, thank you for dealing with him. Now I'll be there shortly.
Why are you friends with the High Court judge? Or the Supreme Court judge? Oh, Your Excellency!
The trial's over. I'm not your Excellency anymore. Merely your father's friend.
Your father's friend, Seishiro Jigoku.
And might I say that since I saw you last, you seem to take in a more dashing appearance. Susato?
This is... Did you know all along from the start of the trial?
Judge sees everything, Susato. I couldn't let you take the risk. If Seishiro here hadn't known, and then he recognized you, so I had a word with his ear beforehand, as an old friend.
As an old friend? What the fuck? What the hell is up with, this generation? The judge, Susato's dad, Iris's dad? What happened? What the fuck is happening?
So, Seishiro, shall we? Yes. Having ruled on that case, we now have various diplomatic issues to address.
Before we go, father!
Sorry, my dear. We shall have to return to our earlier conversation at a later date. But well done again, both of you. Did admirably.
Oh, thank you very much.
What do you think of my Seishiro? Oh my god, he named it. My Seishiro sling, eh? It's been a while since I sent a men flying like that. Many aspects of existing characters in which you still know nothing about. My brain, bro. My brain is also exploding. Like, to know that there's like an entire other like Ecleon above this is what? The conspiracy goes all the way. They keep trying to distract me with his handsome face and his fun little quirks and his fucking naming his fucking moves, but I'm suspicious. Whatever could father be hiding from me? What was he about to say? The Japanese government was in on it? What? Because we all know that Kazuma was obviously super anti, well, not anti-government as much as anti-authoritarian. He was like this system is broken and we should fix it. And was he punished for that? And bruh, I don't trust the government even on a good day, but now I'm like on high alert, my dude. Oh, trust, the last case is wild. It always is. I'm maximum fear right now. Oh my god, me too. Okay. About Giselle Brett, about Dr. Wilson. And now it seems, according to the reporter, about Kazuma-sama and your father. I'm going to have to bring this up with father sometime. When no one else is around. Judicial Assistant Mikutoba-san, Esquires, could I have a word?
Of course, you may always have a word with me, Soseki-san.
Here we go. Let Ryosuke handle all the answers. I'm in pain. But okay, Soseki, it's good to see you. I love you.
Wagahai is doing great, by the way.
Oh, yes, of course, Soseki-san. What is it?
I think perhaps it could be fate that we're meeting again like this now. You see, there's something I need to tell you.
What? Soseki-san, you too?
Oh? I believe
that I may relate to the reason why your father summoned you back from England.
Who?
This I have to hear! Please! Soseki-san, tell me at once! I will!
Well, sir?
As you know, my time in England was terrible.
Cursed, I have no doubt.
Such awful things I was embroiled in.
Thank goodness locum student Naruhodo-san Esquire stepped in.
After he secured my freedom, I couldn't wait to get on a ship back here to my homeland. Having arrived in Japan, I submitted a report about my experiences to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The next thing I knew, I had a visitor. It was your father, Professor Mikutoba. He wanted to ask me all sorts of things about my report, because he works in diplomacy. Was he trying to keep you silent or something? My father? He seemed to be especially taken with a particular part of the report. Anyway, he left eventually, having thoroughly quizzed me. What part? But it was the very next day, he sent the telegram to you asking you to return to Japan. Wait. Asking you to return to Japan. Was... Because we know that something in the British court system is not quite right. Did Professor Mikutoba sense that and wanted to protect his daughter, so he lied? What was it then? The particular part my father was interested in?
I don't really know exactly. But do you remember them? Those two terrible cases I was caught up in?
No, I only remember one.
Okay, apparently there were two.
Of course, I could never forget.
Your father seemed to concern himself mainly with the second case.
The second case? The second one? You mean the one Mr. Holmes forbade any of us to talk about in public?
What? Am I missing something? Huh?
Second? why the only case involving you that any member of the public is aware of is the first. What the fuck is happening? Wait, there was a second secret case that wasn't in the first game? Which is why the only case involving you that any member of the public is aware of is the first. What the fuck is happening? What? The game has conspiracy against me! What? I don't care, I don't have to listen to what the dastardly detective says! Anyway, the point is, it seems that case somehow holds the key to all these curious unanswered questions. What? I'm good, don't worry. I don't feel good! I'm confused! Second case? I know I have a really bad memory, but I don't remember a second case. This may think you're missing something in the last game, but you're good. Feels like being gaslit by the game. Yes, that's what I feel like right now. I'm like scouring my memory. I didn't play this game that long ago. Huh? That horrific, hideous, heinous case. The case of the haunted lodgings. Wait, that was your... Wasn't that the first case? What? Huh? What? Huh? You can't fade to black? What? That case somehow caused my father to summon me urgently back to Japan? I thought the whole business was over. But it seems I was wrong. Perhaps that was only the start. Perhaps the story is not yet told. Did you even tell me the story? What? There's another case after the case of Soseki-san was over. The game itself is keeping secrets from me? What the... Eh? Oh.
So, the mystery of that English woman's death is solved, thank goodness. And having stood in the Supreme Court now, I think I can comprehend a little better how you must be feeling as you fight for people's freedom in a foreign land, Naruhodo-san. But actually, I'm writing to you today because of another matter. I met Soseki-san and we talked about that second case he was involved in. Father has said nothing to me, but I feel certain of it. That case holds the key to some great unsolved mystery. My notes on the case should still be in the office, tucked away at the back of the shelves on the left. Perhaps you might like to look over them again. Today, for the first time this year, it feels as though summer has arrived. The sky is a brilliant blue. It makes me long to see you again. Yours, Susato.
End? But, huh? So just fuck, don't give me an award right now. I'm pissed. What? Let me read this. There's another case after the case the Soseki was over. It's time to play the flashback next. So I'll get the story of the second case in the next case in this. Oh, so the next case in this game would be like a flashback one. Oh, so we get to see Ronosuke again. Huh. Mixed feelings. I wish they voiced all the text or dialogue. Honestly, me too. It would save me having to do silly voices all the time. Cause like, oh god. What's happening? I'm in pain that Kazuma's grave, yeah. Kazuma, I miss you! Come back! I'm still so sad. But now I'm like, his death wasn't accident, but it was planned? Because there was an assassination. That's why Hosonaga was there. Right? Inspector Hosonaga was there to prevent any assassination. What?
my god. I enjoy your voices. Oh, thank you for enjoying my silly little voices. Oh, what's happening? When I saw this case, I honestly thought that I'm like, oh my god, you know, Giselle fucking Briz dead. Yeah, fucking the witch is dead. Yay! Like this might explain some things. But now we have more questions. We have so many more questions. What's happening? Okay. You know what? That is the end of this case. We can wrap this up, and tomorrow we will be back to start the second case, like immediately. 7 p.m. We're on the dot. Let's fucking go. Let's dive back into that flashback. Oh my god, I'm reeling. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, we're ending it here for today. Once again, thank you everyone for coming in. I really appreciate it. Thank you for coming here. Thank you for helping me along. Thank you for keeping me company as we unwrap this fucking torrid case. Peel back layers of conspiracy. Oh god. Okay. Yeah. My mind is mush right now. Okay. I have too many thoughts right now. I don't even know what's happening. But yeah, I'll let, yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Get your brain ready on the next case. Oh god, I'll try to get both my brain cells in order. Try to fucking conjure one thought. Oh my gosh, what the fuck is going on? You know what? I hope everyone has a lovely evening. I hope you guys have a great night. I hope to see you guys again tomorrow. So I'll see you guys then, hopefully. Bye-bye!